Hey, how's things? Welcome back to part 2. We're picking up on lap 10, still on the mediums, and still in one piece. Here's a quick reminder of how the tires and fuel are looking. Have a look at the bottom left area of the screen. The mediums are still holding up nicely, and the fuel is looking good. So nothing changes here. Keep the laps clean, keep Newbie behind me, and make these tires last until it's time to pit. So, that's the tire and fuel situation taken care of. Everything is looking good on paper, which is normally when things start going wrong. And with Newbie now becoming a rather permanent feature in my rearview mirror, the next few laps are going to be less about strategy and more about keeping him there. Keeping it nice and tidy through the S's will only be to my benefit. The little gap behind me speaks to that. No reason to relax, though. The two in front of me are tangling somewhat. I love the sight of that. If it doesn't allow me to catch up, at the very least, it keeps me in contention for a podium finish. Remember, fighting makes you lose time. Newbie looks a bit closer than before. I might need to start getting my elbows out. Ready to sit in my slipstream? I need to keep an eye on this guy. We have a long straight and then the chicane. Thinking back to part 1, Newbie has the confidence to attack through the chicane. He took a position from me there in the early stages of the race. I can't allow history to repeat itself. Definitely not. Taking the defensive line helped me that time around. We are not even close to out of the woods yet, though. I have a little moment going into the first corner. As the tires degrade, I lose confidence in leaning on them too much. I just need to keep it together to make this all work. I go for a hard defensive line. Newbie is ready to pounce. As much as he is disrupting my racing line, I have to return the favor. Newbie is absolutely glued to me through the chicane. He's that close to the rear bumper, I'm half expecting him to start pushing me through the corner. Thankfully, he's keeping it clean, but he's certainly making sure I know he's there. Another pit stop pushes us up a position. I actually like what Newbie is doing here. He's keeping the pressure on, trying to throw me off my usual line through different sections of the track. It keeps me on my toes, and increases the chances of me making a mistake. But that pressure works both ways. He's got to stay close enough to make me uncomfortable without making himself uncomfortable, which, judging by how close he is probably a problem for both of us. I get it all wrong at the chicane, and guess who's ready to capitalize? Keeping him on the outside works in my favor. Looks like I'm surviving that error this time around. And after all those pit stops, I've suddenly found myself up into second. Now this looks pretty good on the timing screen, but there's a small problem. I'm still due a stop, and the rest of the field has to make their tires last all the way to the end of lap 30. But I've been playing a slightly different game. The plan is to stay out until around lap 20, then come in, bolt on a fresh set of softs, and basically turn the final 10 laps into a completely different race. They'll be trying to nurse their tires to the finish, while I'll have fresh rubber underneath me. So for the next few laps, the job is simply to hang on, keep the tires alive, and wait for the right moment. Because once those softs go on, things could get very interesting. And by interesting, I mean hopefully very entertaining for you, and considerably more stressful for me. Lap after lap, I'm starting to see the same thing through this final chicane. Newbie is simply quicker than me there, and by the time I get back on the power, he's already right on my rear bumper. You can see it immediately on the run down the straight. I'm not really giving up the gap there. He's already taken most of it before we even get there. And that's becoming a bit of a problem, because every lap, he's arriving at the straight with a much better opportunity to make a move. So I need to figure out how to keep him close enough to worry about, but not close enough to actually do anything about it. Let's see how this gap looks like after the chicane. It's either I got it right, or he made mistakes that lap. You can't tell in the moment. Served me well, though. The bigger the gap I can pull out before Newbie or myself makes a stop, the better for me. It means Newbie will have to stress his second set of tires even more to catch up and challenge me for our net positions. have a look at the tires. It's dead. That left front is dead. This in-lap is important. I need to lose as little time as possible, keep Newbie behind me, and get this car back to the pits in one piece. Most importantly, do not go off the track. Because with that left front looking like that, I really don't need any more excitement right now. And there it is, the mistake I really didn't need. I've completely missed the apex, and the exit is absolutely horrible, spending precious time straightening the car up before I can properly get back on the power. And on a straight this long, that's gonna hurt all the way to the other end. Newbie doesn't even need to pressure me here. I seem to have decided to do the job for him. I missed the apex again. Thankfully, I am at the pit entrance. Regardless of the time lost, I still have track position. And here we go, into the box. The stop is done, the fresh softs are on, and we're heading back out. I've spent the first 20 laps managing the mediums, dealing with Newbie, and waiting for this moment. Now, the plan gets put to the test. The rest of the field still has to make those tires last to the end, while I've got 10 laps on fresh rubber. So let's see what these softs can do. Because from here, it's a completely different race.